What is up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video we're going to be talking about some of the new changes coming to Go Battle League and PvP for Pokemon Go. Some of the moves will probably be updated before Season 3 starts, but we're just going to go over some of the changes in Season 3 and then talk about the moves and kind of talk about how it relates to Registeel and Cresselia in particular, because those are some of the most popular, dominant Pokemon in Go Battle League right now. It's like Great and Ultra League, both leagues. So let's just get into it. So in Season 3, they're going to be adding 2 new cups. There's going to be a Flying Cup, which is only flying Pokemon. Not sure how cool that's going to be. I could see that getting kind of boring pretty easily just because very limited Pokemon. And there are clearly some very solid like winners in that category, like Tropius, Skarmory, and yeah. So there's that. And then Ultra League will have its own Premier Cup, which I'm super stoked about. Even though I was using Giratina and Cresselia a lot, and I did like that team, it will be interesting to have that option to use non-legendary and non-mythical Pokemon for the Ultra League, which just gives a lot more Pokemon more play, and just makes it more fun, in my opinion. So, I don't know about you, but I personally just did Premier Cup for the Master League, and so it is nice to have that option for Ultra League, and yeah, so it's very interesting. Also, they got rid of the battle until you win feature. This was a very contentious issue because a lot of people were purposely tanking their rating by going like 0-15 and basically getting like 200 battles more than the maximum that you were technically allowed to get. And what that did was it gave them like a secret multiplier, so when they did start winning again, they were getting more points per win than before. So they would just start playing really well, winning a lot of matches, and they were able to get to rank 10 with fewer battles, or just get to rank 10 a lot quicker and easier than people who weren't doing that. So that was a thing that will no longer be a thing now, so that's good. Plus, you do lose a lot of rating points, even if you're not trying to do that on purpose. Like I had 1-7, or I'd go 0-6, win the 7th battle, and I would lose a ton of points, more than going just 0-5. And so I'm glad that they're getting rid of that. Also, the guaranteed rewards are going to be different, so I think some of these actually are the same though. They say it's different, but it's the same. Pidgeot starting at rank 1, I think that is going to be different. Galarian Zigzagoon starting at rank 4, that's going to be different. Galarian Farfetch'd at rank 7, you can get. Rufflet starting at rank 8. I believe Rufflet and Scraggy starting at rank 9. Those will be the same because you used to be able to get that anyways at those ranks. And then again, Pikachu Libre starting at rank 10. Again, that's the same. It's not new, but so those last 3 should be the same. But you're gonna get another new avatar pose and avatar item if you get to rank 10. Premium track, rare candies will go from the 5th, where like you have to win 5 in a row, to now winning just 4. Which for me personally I like, because but it's one of those things where I feel like at some point I'm gonna want them to switch it back, because I'm gonna run low on TMs and I'm gonna need more rare, like I'm not gonna need rare candies. And so it's one of those things where I hope they kind of keep alternating them, because sometimes you're short on rare candies, sometimes you're short on TMs, and yeah, it's good to kind of alternate them so people can get a chance to balance those. And then finally, in Season 3, you're going to go back to getting a charge TM at the end of the season, whereas this season, Season 2, you're going to get a elite fast TM if you reach rank 7 or higher. So yeah, a little bit of switch up there. And now let's get into the moves, because I'm gonna be looking at the data from pvpoke.com. If you're not familiar with that website, go to pvpoke.com. I'll put the link in the description, and you can check on all these moves. They will be updated pretty soon. The guy who runs it is an awesome guy, and he does a great job updating the data like as soon as physically possible. So, but I'm going to show you the data as it stands now, and then we're going to speculate on what these moves are going to do in the future. So let's just get right into it. Drill Peck is now going to deal more damage. So right now, Drill Peck does 60 damage for 40 energy, which is not like great. It's not horrible, but it's not great. The thing that's good about it though is it's only 40 energy. So doing more damage, if they bump it up to like, let's say 80, that's going to be a huge move for the Flyers. And it's going to be a move that's probably a lot of people are going to run, because 40 energy is very spammy. Like 35 is the lowest amount of energy requirement to get to a charge move. So 40 is the next lowest. And so having a move that does a lot of damage for a cheap price is awesome. So yeah, Drill Peck is going to be doing more damage. Brave Bird, which currently does 90 damage for 55 energy, is going to do more damage, and it's also going to severely lower the user's attack. So an equivalent you can kind of relate it to, not equivalent, but right now you can relate it to maybe Overheat, because Overheat is 55 energy, the same energy, and it also lowers your attack by 2 stages. When they say severely, that means 2 stages. So maybe Brave Bird could become the fire equivalent, or like the flying equivalent of Overheat. That'll be very interesting. It's still a move that requires a lot of risk, so I don't know if it's still going to be a great move or not. Overheat, not a lot of people run Overheat. The best Pokemon to use that are Pokemon that have large move pools like Mew, because people won't expect it. And if they're not expecting it, then it's a really, really good move to use. But if they shield and Overheat, you either have to switch out, or you're probably just going to lose your Pokemon, and it makes it hard to win a match. So it's one of those moves that are very, very risky to use. So yeah, I'm not sure how much play that'll get, but if it does do 130 damage, that'll be very interesting. A lot of people will probably run that. Just, you know, maybe the people who like to gamble like me or something, I don't know. So anyways, Infestation is going to generate energy more quickly. Right now it generates energy at 11 energy per turn, or 11 energy each turn. I'm sorry, I'm saying turn, okay. I don't want to confuse you, but each turn lasts a half a second in duration, and Infestation is a 3-turn move, meaning it takes 1.5 seconds for one infestation to complete, and then it takes another 1.5 seconds. Each infestation takes 1.5 seconds. So right now it deals 11 energy for every quick move, which is 3.66 energy per turn. It's gonna generate energy more quickly, so it could become more like maybe like a Snarl, or it could become like one of those crazier quick moves, and that'll make it a lot more usable for certain Pokemon. Hex is also right now the same as Infestation. That's also going to be getting a boost. So that's, you know, same as Infestation. It's just the Ghost equivalent to that. Powder Snow is going to deal more damage, and then Blizzard. This is another one that's going to do more damage. Now the interesting thing about Blizzard is right now it does 130 damage for 75 energy. The only other moves that do that equivalent is like Hydro Pump and Skull Bash. And correct me if I'm wrong if I'm missing one, but the one move that does more damage is Focus Blast, but that's getting nerfed. So we're going to talk about that in like a minute. But so it'll basically, Blizzard will become the ice version of Focus Blast, my guess. And I'm guessing that's going to make certain Pokemon OP, and then they're going to probably have to nerf it again. So I don't know. That's just my guess. Based on what's happening now. So Flash Cannon and Focus Blast. These are the 2 moves that are getting nerfed. Flash Cannon is going to require more energy to fire off the same damage, and then Focus Blast is going to do less damage. So right now Focus Blast does 150 energy for 75 damage, and so they're probably going to lower it to 130, so it's more of like a equivalent to Blizzard, Hydro Pump, and Skull Bash. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's really going to nerf Registeel. And Registeel is obviously the one Pokemon that uses both of those moves, and it dominates Great League, it dominates Ultra League, and yeah, it's gonna take a huge hit. One of the things it relied on, because it has a low attack stat, is its speed and charging moves. So it's gonna be slower to charge Flash Cannon, and it'll probably be the same as Focus Blast. And so it's not gonna be as good. I don't think it'll be as good. You're not gonna see that many people run it anymore. In Great League and Ultra League, it'll still be decent, but it won't be as dominant as it used to be by any means. Okay, so anyways, Moonblast. Now this was a move that we all agree, I think, for the most part, that it was kind of broken. Getting that 30% chance at a 1-stage attack debuff on your opponent. We've all been there where you've gotten hit with 3 debuffs in a row, and it's the worst. So I'm guessing they're going to lower it to 10%. That's my guess. I actually would be okay if they lowered it to 25. 1 and 4 instead of basically 1 and 3. That'll make a huge difference. But if they lower it to 10%, it's going to be one of those moves where you really can't rely on it at all. So it's going to make winning that mirror match a lot easier if you're running Grass Knot instead of Future Sight, because you can just do 2 Moonblast, 3 Grass Knots, and if they are not running that same moveset, it'll be easier to beat them because you don't have to worry about getting attack debuffed by your opponent. And so it'll make playing with Cresselia more predictable, but it'll also make the counters to Cresselia more strong because they're not going to be getting debuffed as much. So like Giratina will be able to win a lot more matches against it and stuff like that. So yeah, Cresselia, Registeel, big nerf on both of those Pokemon. And then finally, for raids, Drill Peck will do more damage, Brave Bird will do more damage, and Hex will generate energy more quickly. So that is good. Not many Pokemon we really use that, except you could use Zapdos with Drill Peck. That could be a viable option, especially in Go Battle League, for sure. Yeah, so Zapdos is going to be one you want to look at getting for the Great League. Okay, and finally, let's talk about some new moves. So Braviary is going to be getting Close Combat, which is a very good check move because it's weak to Rock, and it's also weak to something I'm blanking right now, but basically any Pokemon that's like Rock and Steel types that basically walls the Flyers, you're now going to have some sort of option to not like just get totally destroyed in a matchup. And I'm putting the stats here. The thing is, Braviary is still not that great of a Pokemon. If you look at its stats, it only maxes out at 1700 as like a stat product because it has such a low defense. And so I don't think that many people are going to be using Braviary. It is going to be a spicy pick, but I don't see it being used that much by like the serious players who just want to kind of grind up and get that ranking high. It's going to be a little difficult to use still. Abomasnow is going to be getting Weather Ball, which is a very spammy move. Weather Ball on any Pokemon is a really good move, and so it's the fact that Abomasnow is getting it. You can see its stats here, 1912 stat product, so it's a little bit stronger than Braviary. Has a higher defense stat, higher HP, but lower attack. But it will be able to fire that move off more often, so that is going to be a great move addition. And then Pelipper, excuse me, is going to be getting Weather Ball, and this is apparently going to be a big deal. It's going to be able to beat in a lot of scenarios. It's going to be able to beat like Registeel, Fighters, other Pokemon that normally would beat it. I have some notes here. Like it could beat, yeah, like Swampert. It could beat Whiscash, Azumarill even, and even Galarian Stunfisk. Possibly it could beat. So yeah, definitely. But it's not going to be easy though, because like if you're at an energy disadvantage or a shield disadvantage, you might not be able to win. But the fact that it's going to get the Weather Ball, which is a water type move, and it's so spammy, it's going to be huge at helping you fight those against the steel types and the rock types and all that stuff. Okay, so last but not least, we have Empoleon with Drill Peck. We all know Drill Peck is getting that buff, and so Empoleon will be even stronger. I anticipate a lot more people will be using Empoleon in the Great League. Ultra League, I don't know if it's going to be that great of a move for Ultra League, but Hydro Cannon is still amazing, and Flash Cannon is still really good for it. But it has yet another move, though, that could be really powerful for Empoleon. So Empoleon doesn't have a high stat product, 1818, so it's lower than Pelipper's and is also lower than Abomasnow's, but it has a lot of resistances that are quite important for Ultra League, and Great League, which is why a lot of people use it. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And these moves, they didn't say exactly when they're going to be updated, but they usually update them pretty quick. I anticipate it'll be updated throughout this week, or at least during this next coming week before Season 3 starts. And so yeah, you'll start noticing that difference. And yeah, so comment below what you guys think. Comment below what are you most excited about. Are you guys excited that you're finally not going to be seeing so many Registeels? Because I'm, for one, kind of excited about that, to be honest. I didn't have a Registeel in Ultra League, and I was just getting destroyed by it in Ultra League. So this, I think, is a welcome change. But yeah, for those of you that did have one powered up, I feel sorry for you guys. It does suck, but I don't know. Maybe it'll still be good. So comment below what you guys are most excited about. Thank you again so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. Helps the channel a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you guys tomorrow with some Great League battles, so stay tuned and have a good night.